Oh, hello. You like that bad acting? Anyway, Abu-chan in Japan, remember me? Well, I'm not in Japan anymore. I'm back in England, back in London, back in the gloomy weather, back and miserable. Well, on the bright side, I'm here to give you some information about the expenses you will incur as a student in APU. For those of you who don't know what APU is, I suggest you have a look at my video when I toured around APU. That should give you an idea of exactly how it looks and what kind of university it is. I mean, I remember before I left AP to go to Japan and APU and BEPU and all that stuff, I was searching a lot about the expenses, about the costs of living, about the cost of food. You know what? Whenever you're interested about going somewhere, whenever you're excited, well, me personally anyway, I like to know stupid, tiny, minute details. I don't know why, but it just, I don't know, it's just a normal human thing, I guess. Even when you're a kid and you wanna buy some special toy or something, you wanna know everything about that toy. Wow, that toy. Anyway, Japan for me was that toy. And I wanted to know about the cost of a cup of coffee, cost of a cup of tea, cost of bread, cost of biscuits, cost of whatever. Not only because I was interested, but also because I'm a student and money is scarce. Unless you are from a rich family, in which case you shouldn't be watching this video. Anyway, the cost of living, now there's so many costs and I can't remember them all off the top of my head, but I can give you an idea. And with an idea, you can move along. Anyway, first of all, I'd like to say expenses are there, but no matter how much it's gonna cost, bring double, bring as much as you can. Why? Not because things are so expensive, but because you're gonna want to travel a lot. Trust me, this is no joke, I spent most of my money in Japan traveling. More than food, more than going to, I don't know, whatever else. That's the only thing I spent on, really, travel and food. I bought one book, the Genki book, actually two books, International Business book, something like that. Not important, then yet again, it's not important, but just bring a lot of money. So you're gonna incur costs such as rent. If you live in an AP house, I believe it was 40,000 yen or something like that per month. If you're gonna live downtown, it could be anywhere between about 30,000 to 55,000 yen per month. That's rent on its own. Food, then again, it varies. Are you gonna eat out a lot? Are you gonna go shopping and cook your own food? It could be anywhere between 30 to 70,000 yen. You can survive on 30, you can cook. Trust me, you can do it. Students, you can do it. Just don't eat too much ramen. Unhealthy. So 30 to 70. Just get an idea of how much you need. If you're going to be living downtown, you're going to need to pay for internet yourself. That's maybe 8,000 yen per month, I believe. Something like that, double check it, but yeah. Anyway, if you're going to get a phone, they only do contracts as far as I know. Very hard to get pay-as-you-go phones. It's going to be a minimum of 2 years, and if you're looking at a smartphone like the iPhone, it's going to be about 6,000 yen per month. Yeah. What else is there? So that's food. That's travel. Travel is where I incurred most of my expenses, to be honest. Now, for example, the ferry from Beppu to Osaka is about 5,000 yen. It's 5,000 yen. That's quite pricey, but don't forget, that's just getting to Osaka. Then when you're in Osaka, you need to find a hotel or a hostel or something, a place to stay. I managed to find a hostel for about 2,000 to 3,000 yen per night, depending on the amount of nights you're gonna stay. It can add up. Say if you're gonna stay for 3 nights, that's gonna be 2,000 2,000, 2,000, 6,000 yen, plus the original 5,000 to get there. That's 11,000 yen just for 3 days. And you can see how it starts to add up. And then the ferry back is another 5,000, I believe. Yes. I didn't even come back that long ago. I've only been 6 months back in the UK. But, you know, time flies. Feels like I've left that place for ages now. But all you APU students, you know I miss you, you know. Other expenses, depending on areas you travel. Again, I went to Okinawa. That was a big expense. I spent almost, how much did I spend? 150,000 yen for 1 week. That included the flight, the food, everything. But I'm not gonna lie, I had the time of my life, and when I mean it, I mean it. It was a really good time. So you can get an idea. If you're not traveling, okay, let's stop talking about that. You can search travel yourself. Just know that it's pretty expensive because you're not staying in your original accommodation. You have to pay for more accommodation. You have to pay for food, and obviously, well, most likely you're gonna eat at restaurants every night. Breakfast is gonna be in the hotel or hostel. Out. Eat. Spend. Money. Yen. You get the idea. Now, what other expenses are there? Give me a second, yeah? Let me think. Our expenses. One thing I can say is you can easily spend money in Japan. That's the thing, you have to be careful because, well, me personally, I wasn't used to the yen. So I had 100 yen here, 500 yen there, vending machines everywhere. So I'd put 100 yen, get a packet of whatever, 100 yen, get some coffee, 100 yen here, 100 yen there, 500 yen here, 500 yen there. It starts to add up and you don't even realize it. So you end up spending thousands of yen on those vending machines, which are everywhere in Japan. What else? So the vending machines are an expense in itself. Other expenses, books, of course, you can be spending, depends on the courses you're going to take, anywhere between a few thousand yen to 10,000 yen on the book, and you have many courses you're going to take. Stationery in Japan is not too bad. Food in Japan, it's reasonable. The only thing, obviously, everyone knows by now, I mean, if you've searched Japan a little bit, or information on Japan, you'd know that the fruit is expensive. You could get a watermelon for like 10,000 yen. That's crazy, I know, but that's Japan. Bread, you can get for 100 yen, but they're really thick slices. You can get cheese, but there's very limited variety of cheese. It'll be 150 yen for some slices of cheddar cheese, but it feels like burger cheese. It's not really cheddar, but anyway. You can get other mozzarella cheese, but that's really expensive. You can get, the only cheap fruit I remember was bananas. It was like 150 yen for a whole bunch. But at AP House, some fruit and veg sellers come, and they have actually very reasonable prices. So outside of AP House, you'll see fruits and veg sellers. Also, a rice seller comes to outside of AP House, and I can't believe how cheap the rice is. It's not good quality at all, but I can't tell the difference when I was there anyway. The reason I say it's not good quality is because it's broken a lot. I mean, it's really cheap compared to the supermarkets. Just go have a look. There's a kebab man that comes. He's quite famous in APU with his loud hip hop music playing in the background and serving the kebabs up. That's 500 yen for a kebab. What else? Can't think of any more expenses. I keep saying I can't think of any more expenses, but then I just keep thinking of more. Let me think. Okay. I should have really made notes. I think in the next videos I'm gonna make notes, and then from the notes, this is, you know why I'm doing this now, fast. Well, not fast, but without notes. Actually, it's because somebody asked me, and I want to get the information to him as soon as possible, because I don't know exactly when he's gonna go or how long he has. I just want to give him the information. Then after this video, hopefully I'll be making more structured videos. informative videos, not only on APU but in Japan in general. I'm gonna be getting information. I know I said it last time and I never did it, but that was because I was too busy traveling and enjoying myself, okay? Just don't complain. I'm just sorry, okay? Just shut up. I'm just shut up. Alright. Other expenses. Other expenses include... Well, another expense is if you're living outside of AP house, you're going to have to pay for electricity, water, blah 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 blah, you know, all the usual, gas and all that. Now, I didn't live out. I lived in AP house, so I don't know the costs of that. But as far as I can predict from my friends talking and stuff like that, I think it's maybe 10,000-15,000 yen altogether per month. Something like that. But then again, do your research, you know. I'm giving you information, you can get an idea. An idea means approximation. The approximation will give you an idea of how much money you need to bring to survive, bare minimum, and also over that, because I always seem to estimate. The reason being is because if you overestimate, you'll always have enough money and you won't run out. You can get part-time jobs there as well, but I'll try and talk about that later. Let's stick to the subject of expenses. Now, yeah, another expense. Traveling to and from downtown if you live in an AP house especially. That can be pricey. It's 1,000 yen for a triple ticket. Now that triple ticket, 3-part ticket, you can go once, you can come back once, you can go back downtown once, but then you can't come back. So you should basically get 2 triple tickets if you want to make it even journeys. So that's 1,000 yen 3 ways. 1, 2, 3. Okay? And I thought that was expensive. That's kind of more